In this segment, I'm going to show you how to bleed the brakes on your DB9. I'm doing it as part of an annual service, but you might also do it if you're replacing a caliper or something like that. Pretty much follows the same process as bleeding the brakes on any car, but there's maybe a few tricks I can pass along here for an Aston. The first step in any process is to check that your brake fluid reservoir is topped up. So I've laid out some regs on the fender since the fluid is really corrosive. I've got myself a quart of the Aston Martin approved Catrol .4 brake fluid, a small funnel, and I'm just going to check that I'm topped up. It's okay to overfill a little bit at the beginning of the process because, of course, the level is going to be going down as you're doing the brake bleeding. Wow, say that fast. All right, so I'm not going to put the lid on the reservoir tight. I'm just going to sit it there in case there's a little backsplash. I want there to be a way for air to get in. Okay, down at the caliper, I've turned it so that the caliper is as far out as possible for ease of access. I'm going to use a small screwdriver to pry off the dust caps. And on the inboard one, there's a small rubber cable you need to take off. That's the wear sensor. It's just a mounting point. Pry off the front as well. You'll need an 11mm wrench. And you need your drain bucket and appropriate size rubber tube. And then the most important ingredient, the person that's going to pump the brake pedal for you. Say hello, brake pedal pumper.
Hello.
It's always good to be married. Okay, so the process is the assistant will pump up the pressure and hold the pedal down. I'm going to crack the valve open. Fluid should come out. Then I'm going to close the valve. And I'm going to do it 5 times for the inboard side first. It's important. The manual says do the inboard side of the caliper first, outboard side of the caliper second. So I'm going to do 5 bleeds of the inside, then 5 bleeds of the outside. I'm trying to get enough fluid through the system to flush it out completely. So on the front, I'm going to do 5 each. On the backs, because the brake lines have to go longer distance from the reservoir, I'm going to do it 10 times each. And here we go. So pump up the pressure. You can see the brake fluid flowing down the pipe now. Close it. Pump up. Pump up. Pump up. Pump up. All right, so that was 5 times. That side of the caliper is done. I'm going to stop the video here just because there's no point, I'm going to do the outside of the caliper next 5 more times. Then I'm going to use a rag, mop up any sort of dribbles from the hose, make sure my bleed nipples are tight, and put my caps back on and move on to another caliper. Between each bleed round, I'm going to check that my fluid levels are topped up. All right, hope that helps you.